Shit on you and your devil. Chapter 10. The truth is that Begoña's boyfriend got on well in front of that old door's lock. We went in, saw the disaster that looked dreadful to the young couple and normal to me. Bego's boyfriend went down to rescue Lois and we went to the point. "Where do we put it?" I asked. "In something small. The stairs are too narrow," she said. We went around the place and could see they were humble people. I didn't feel like taking anything from them, so I decided the goblin would be fine inside the shopping bag I always carried in my purse. I didn't have a clue about his size, but if he was comfortable into the armchair, he would be okay into the shopping bag as well. If I were a goblin, I wouldn't find it attractive. Begoña said, talking about the bag. I looked at her badly, although she was right in some extent. He liked the fridge because of the light, but there must be something we could do. The devil laughed. "Switch the lights off," I told her. "Let's see if it works." I took my cell and I thanked the €2.45 plus taxes the app that changed the iPhone's light into disco pink cost. "You grab that handle," I told Begoña. I put the iPhone inside with the light and the music on. I started for the A, ABBA. I must admit that I felt some kind of shivering when I felt the "ha!" near and the bag moved. Begoña stood firm until she felt something pulling the bag and the edge bending to the outside, as if someone was grabbing it to see the inside. It inspired me with tenderness. "Hee!" The devil laughed. "Should we put it lower?" I asked. She nodded. We put it lower and the bend went down a bit more. Suddenly, the spell! I realized. "Ha!" The devil shouted and let the hand go. "At least you recall it before he got the cell," Bego said. "Shit, we almost have him," I regretted. The devil laughed. "Let's see, focus yourself. We are in a foreign house. Think the damn spell quickly and let's end this once and for all." Begoña told me off. I gave her the bag. She turned the cell off and went to watch nobody came. "Magic bag. Take the shopping, take the devil, carry the food and the devil with you." "It's not a big deal, but maybe it works," I said. Bego made a face saying she didn't know, but I must hurry up. I wrote it down on the inside of the hand. We put the iPhone into the bag again with its disco pink light and the ABBA's "Ring Ring, Why Don't You Give Me a Call" and grabbed the handles at a more or less by the knee height. The devil took long. Bego got impatient. He showed up when the song was approaching its end and the "Ring Ring" was more persistent. Bego had pumped up the volume and the ham went down almost to the ground and the phone suddenly floated. Close it right now!" Bego pressed. "I don't remember the spell!" I yelled nervously. "Don't ask! You didn't say to me!" She answered angry. How it was! I despaired. And the cell was getting closer to the bag's edge. "Carry the food and the devil with you!" I shouted at last. I took the handle from Bego's hand and lit the bag up with the iPhone inside. Bego opened the door and we ran downstairs. At the street, we kept on running aimlessly, excited by the bag we were carrying, nervous an invasion of a decent family's home, completely hysterical. Stop, stop! Why are we running? They asked, exhausted. Oh gosh, I really don't know. I answered breathless. Let's have a drink. Once calmed down, I opened the bag. Yes, maybe it wasn't too clever make it in the middle of a cafe, but fortunately nothing happened. I kept the phone and folded the bag with the spell and the devil inside. It was a weird sensation to have a magic spirit trapped in nothing. Bego called her boyfriend to tell him everything had gone as planned. He must have fine, not attaching too much importance because she made a face of annoyance. Not later, he found her back. Sure, he had second thoughts and came to pick her up very meek. I went back home, not realizing that I had left my car parked next to the old building and that there were journalists in front of my door waiting for me to show up. She is! She is! The first floor's neighbor shouted. In that very moment, I realized that my disguise wasn't so useful, that the wig I had bought for €4 wasn't such a good imitation, and that the real witch of this story was, without a doubt, the woman of the first floor. Plus, what the hell did they dare if at the epicenter of the news there wasn't anybody? Our correspondent, Cook Rodriguez, says there is a hidden camera recording that proves this goblin story is a setup. An old girl stuck, planting a red microphone on my snout. Diana, Diana, do you think there is a plot against you? Other men asked, dazzling me with a blinding light. Diana, Diana, what's the matter with you? Do you have a great exclusive? I reached the door. Of course, these people only talk with a checkbook. I went in. The old couple says the devil left, others shouted. Sure, what they are going to say now? It was a setup, the woman from the first floor exclaimed. I went into the elevator. I pressed the 8 and I breathed with relief, arriving home. I threw the bag somewhere around and switched the telly on. Weren't they going to be happy with anything? It turned out the pickup fridge couple was a bunch of frauds. Before, because they had set loads of special effects to make the goblin up. Now, because they hadn't the special effects. I went from being the bitch that had made the spell up to be the setup accomplice. And Igor, the expert, became a fortune teller because I had already anticipated. This kind of phenomenon doesn't show easily. There are something extraordinary, he said. It was a pity I hadn't burned it to remind him he had said he didn't do that kind of jobs. That I insisted. But he had a lot of professional ethics of that. The special TV show lasted until 2 in the morning. I hadn't done any favor to the old couple as regards public opinion. But at least I set their house free from a rebel devil. So I breathed quietly and slept. The following day brought the calm after the storm. On the telly, they didn't talk about that topic anymore. Some funny remark in a sarcastic joke. And after a week, not even the so-called Igor appeared on the most fuddy-duddy gatherings. Where did you keep the daddy? The Professor Igor Casas asked, demanding. It was my fault. I shouldn't open the door. I had already seen it was he. Well, what do you want me to tell you? Go and ask to the TV people, because this isn't a surgery. Unbelievable! The old guy labeled me as swindler, witch, bad wizard, quack, swindler again, and he came with demands to my place. Why don't we meet and you tell me how things went? I don't trust the official report. Lois wrote on the Facebook's message. We agreed to meet that afternoon. I didn't have anything better to do. I took the cage with the goblin inside just in case it was interesting for his studies, but he almost didn't give me any chance to speak. Where did you finally hide him? He asked, not in the cozy accomplice way maybe. Nowhere, in a pub the old couple had around. I lied. I was a good liar. I did it often. What is more, I was quite well paid because I did it the way I did. He believed me. Did you leave it there? He asked, nervous. Yeah. I said, pretending I didn't see anything wrong with that. It was some kind of Sagadero spot. We neither had time to think about it. We heard people at the door and once gone, we ran away. So you left it there? He repeated, confirming my version. Yeah, the truth is that we didn't remember the pot. They stood firm, but I was scared shitless. Anyway, and even the famous hidden camera recording hadn't seen the light. It's better. They accuse us of breaking into a house than breaking into a house and steal. A Sacadero's base is expensive enough to have a hard time, I justified. Sure, but leaving it there? It was easy for you. They didn't know you. They aren't going to remember you. Or connected you with that place. Or with what had disappeared from that place. But we too went in, you know. I muttered, tired of such an insistence. Sure, I understand. I find it strange, that's all. You were so worried he fell in expert hands, he said with sarcasm. Right, I was wrong, excuse my inexperience. It was my first time. I yelled, making a scene. Lois laughed and stopped insisting. We ended our drinks and went each other's way. I felt him a bit tense, but he still that big goblin look, so I didn't take it too hard. Although I thought his was the easiest part, and I still think it was. He also was involved, and anyway, the hidden camera recording still worried me.